Hey y'all, hey. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tashamarietmr. How you doing? Alright, you guys, so this is gonna be in the car mukbang, okay? So I just want to start off by saying this first. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much. For all the new subscribers, I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy being here with Tashamarietmr, okay? For all my subscribers that's been rocking with me for a while, thank you. I appreciate you as well, okay? If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be where I am today, so thank you. And I really ain't nowhere, but, you know, I just always wanted to say that, so this was my opportunity to say that, all right? So, y'all, I just had my interview. For all that follows me, or just now started following me, I'm looking for a job, and I've been interviewing a lot, and I just had an interview today. And y'all, when I'm nervous, I don't eat, right? So I literally have not ate anything all day, and it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got some Jimmy John's, and I just stopped at McDonald's and got me a drink because it's $1 at Jimmy John's. A small drink was $2, and I was like, because McDonald's right down the street. I can go there and get one for $1. So I got the Vito sandwich. So I just wanted to pull over and eat, you guys, because my interview was on the other side of town from where I live at, like a 25-minute drive, and I didn't want to wait that long to eat. So just to show y'all what I got, it's called the Vito sandwich, and y'all, I can't even. I'm gonna say my blessings real quick, and we about to eat. Okay, I love these Jimmy John sandwiches. And y'all, I get extra, it has like a salami, ham, provolone cheese, onion, oregano, mayonnaise, oil. So y'all. And I get extra mayonnaise, extra oil, extra oregano. Okay. And I just love this thing. Alright, you guys. So, yeah. So, I didn't mean to smack like that. I'm sorry, y'all. But when it's good, it's good. You know. Alright, you guys. So, my interview, I think it went well. So, I'm hoping to hear something in the next couple of days, some feedback. So, keep my fingers crossed. But, let me take these headphones out for a minute. Okay. I'm sitting in the McDonald's parking lot, y'all. So I was starving. Alright. So, this is what I wanted to talk to y'all about today. So, as y'all know, or if you don't know, I have a video that's a reaction video to my JAZZY life. And basically it was a reaction video to her video talking about her situation with her baby daddy, Philip. Okay? So, I do a live talk show every week. 1 week on my channel, another week on a content creator that I collab with. Her name is Francois Vlogs. So this Saturday, you guys, the live was supposed to be on her channel, but we were having technical difficulties, so we end up having it on my channel. No problem. So we're in the chat room, y'all, and we talking it up. You know, for the viewers that's watching this video, you do not know, we talk a lot. We talk about celebrity news. We talk about YouTube news. We just talk about a lot of different stuff. We talk about news that's going on in our community. We just talk about a lot of stuff. So as we were talking, you guys, in the live, I was talking about, Francois was talking, and I was sitting there listening to her. And sometimes what I do is, while I'm listening to her, I'll look in the chat to see if anybody has questions. And when either her or I have a break in conversation, we'll try to answer some questions in the chat. So what ended up happening was, y'all, someone in the chat asked, when I asked a question about something I said in my video, my reaction video, right? So they asked me, why did I call Philip a chest miser cat, or whatever they said. But so what I called him, I said a Chester cat. So I started explaining to them why I said what I said. Not I basically gave them an explanation. I said, I just used that phrase because, Chester cat, like a fat cat. And I said, he's sitting in the jail like a fat cat because he's reaping all the benefits of these women. Basically, I call it arguing over him or fighting over him or whatever. I'm not saying they're physically fighting over him, but, all the animosity that these two women have with each other by having kids by the same man. So that conversation started evolving into me talking more about the video and my opinions and things of that nature, because other people started asking questions. Well, as I was talking, you guys, all of a sudden I see the mood of the chat room changing, right? I noticed my mods was deleting a lot of messages, and so I looked down at my phone, because, I do Google Hangouts, so I'm on a computer. And I look down at my phone, and I see all these messages being deleted. And then I seen my Jazzy Life name. And I seen her name, and somebody deleted her comment. So I was like, wait a minute. Why y'all deleting her comment? Like, if she in here, let that woman speak. Like, obviously, she got something to say. Well, all of a sudden, a lot of the people, I guess Jazz was going live at the same time we were. And a lot of the people from her chat room, I guess when she left the chat, she came over to our chat, that her people followed her and was saying really unnecessary things and causing some commotion in the chat. And then all of a sudden, they just all left, right? So I was like, okay, well, that was weird, So I said, I guess, one of her people was still in the chat from her chat room. And I said, hey, tell Jasmine to call in. I said, we have a call-in number on our live talk show. Tell her to call in and we can talk. Like, if she want to talk, obviously she came over here because she had something to say. So let's talk. Well, that didn't happen. And what I ended up doing was, after the live ended there, soon thereafter that situation happened, because we had already been on there almost 2 hours anyway, so we were getting ready to wrap up things. I ended up going to her. I ended up watching her live, like later on that night, and I listened and seen where the disruption happened in her chat room, which made her come over to mine. Somebody had told her, hey, they over there talking about you on Tashamarietmr's channel. So the reason why I'm explaining this to you guys is because what I heard her say in her live disturbed me. So she says, oh, them hoes over there talking about me. And then she hurried up and retracted it and said, I shouldn't say that. I don't know what they are. So that right there, I'm going to stop the story right there for just a minute. Now, I'm not saying that woman can't say what she want to say out of her mouth. But what you're not going to do is refer to me as no whore. Okay? First and foremost, I have never addressed her in that manner. I don't know what she is. I don't know if she is one, she isn't one. I don't need to know, because I'm not trying to have a relationship with her. Okay? So for you to, I get these, millennials have a different way of addressing people. But you should always, regardless of what the situation is, you should always, to me, address people with respect. And I have never talked and said anything out of the way about her. I've never talked about her. You know, a lot of people talk about her, how she keep her house and her situation with her kids and how did she keep her kids, like all that stuff. Yeah, I don't talk about that because you guess what, y'all? That I don't care nothing about that, right? That, yeah, whatever. I talk about situations that is relatable to me. You know, if your house is messy and whatever, yeah, that's not relatable to me because I don't keep a messy house, so I don't talk about that, right? So I don't know. I don't talk about that. But as far as her situation with dealing with a man that's incarcerated and having kids with a man that's incarcerated, that's relatable to me. So I can talk about that, right? So for her to address me as, you know, calling me a whore, yeah, I got a problem with that because I'm nobody's whore, and never will be, never has been, and never will be. And if I was, I got enough sense not to tell nobody on social media because maybe I want to keep that private, right? So I understand her being upset or maybe feeling some type of way about me. But what you got to understand is I'm not trying to talk about you. Talking about you is what I see a lot of these other people out here on YouTube doing, which they are, you know, talking about her, you know, hygiene, how she keep her house and all this other stuff. Now that's talking about you. Like I've never, ever, not one time addressed how that woman keep her house. I've never once addressed how, you know, if she keep her kids clean or not. Like, yeah, I never, not one time, because that's not important to me. Right? I mean, it's important, but not to me because I don't have to live in her home. I don't, you know, that none of that has anything to do with me. So for me to talk about that, I wouldn't do that. That's not my character, you know. Now, I don't doubt other people that have their opinions. Those are their opinions and they're allowed to have them. But me, when I talk about a situation, I come to you as a grown woman, right? With age of maturity, with lots of years of maturity, right? So that's how I'm gonna come at you, you know, discrediting. You know, if I was gonna have a conversation like that, you know, I wouldn't definitely go on this internet and say it. I would, you know, call up and say, girl, you might want to clean your house, like, you know, do something like that. But that's not my point. You know, I had a couple people in the comments on the video say, well, why you just didn't call her up and had that conversation with her one-on-one? Well, baby, how I'm gonna do that? I don't got her phone number. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, you guys. It's not to say that conversation, even though it's about her, it's referring to her because, you know, I reacted to her video. But there's a lot of women right now at this very moment that's living her same situation. Basically got stranded with 4 kids or kids period, be it 1 or 4 or 10, and the man of the father of these children is incarcerated. Like, that's a lot of women's story right now at this moment. So it's not, you know, it's not necessarily that she just so happened to be the topic of the conversation because that's her situation right now. I watch her, right? I watch her channel, and I can relate to her situation. And basically my conversation is more about advice. Don't make the mistakes that, now granted, she can do what she want to do, y'all. We all know that ultimately that she can do whatever she is want to do. But if I wish I would have had somebody to tell me, right? So that's what makes it. I wish I would have had somebody to tell me. And if I would have had somebody to tell me and maybe told me what their experience was, maybe I would have been more apt to listen, right? I didn't have that. So because I didn't have that, I don't want to just keep the pattern going. If I see somebody that I see like that situation can potentially become distressful, like, I'm gonna say something. Now, granted, I'm doing it in this aspect because that's what, you know, this is what my channel is. You know, I react to situations. I talk about real life things. I talk about my life, you know, certain aspects of my life. I say that all the time because I can't put all my business out there, right? I've said this a million times to y'all. But yeah, so, you know, here's the thing. I didn't like how I took it as, you know, bullying her way through my live. And I just feel like if, you know, I would never do her. It's like, this my house. Like, my platform is my house. And what I would never do is come over and bust my way through her front door. Like, I would never do that. So I feel like I should get the same respect. I have never done that to her. I won't do that to anybody. Like, I'm just, you know, I ain't disrespectful like that. So I would appreciate the same coming back. So yeah, so like I was saying, you guys, that's how I took it. You know, I took it like, you know, kind of like bullying almost. I'm gonna turn this a little bit, y'all. And I'm not calling her a bully, but that's how I took it, right? Now, she, you know, she had some things to say on her channel, and that's fine, y'all. That's her platform. She can say what she want to say, just like I can say what I want to say on my platform. But let's change the narrative for a minute. Put your life out here on social media. You expect for people to have opinions. Like, you should know that, right? People are going to have opinions. If you don't want people to have opinions, then you don't put that type of information out there. Things that you don't want people to talk about, you don't expose it. It's just like celebrities. Celebrities know once they put their stuff out there, they already know it comes with the territory, right? And you know, my situation is, I'm not trying to downgrade anybody when I say what I say. Now, I get everybody's not going to take that same. They're not going to feel the same way. They're not going to think that's, you know, people don't understand what constructive criticism means, right? And because I have been on this earth for quite some time, you know, people like this, you know, like everybody was saying in the chat, you know, calling me old woman and stuff like that. But here's the thing, y'all. Yes, I'm an older woman, because more than likely a lot of the people that watches her and rides for her probably are around the same age as her, right? Now, I watched her channel, you know, for entertainment, because it was entertaining to me. But yeah, I don't think like she does. I mean, you know, I mean, we all can say that. We all don't think like each other. That's what makes this world so diverse, you know. But you know, you have to, you have to. Let me tell you something. When you know better, you do better, and that's just all to it. When I was younger, in my 20s, I did things that I don't do now that I'm in my 40s, right? I'm not ashamed to tell nobody how old I am. Like, it's a blessing to age, because there's a lot of people that don't get the chance to say that they're this age because their life has been taken, you know, selfishly, or it was taken early, naturally, or whatever. So to be able to say that I'm the age I am today, baby, that's a blessing. I don't take offense to somebody calling me old. I don't take offense to that. I thank God that I'm the age that I am, because that means the Lord allowed me to breathe another day. You know? And you who says stuff like that should want the same blessing. You should want to age too. Because if you're aging, that means you're living. Right? Especially if you got children. So, don't get it twisted. So that's, you know, all I'm going to say about that. And I just wanted to be able to come here on my platform and say what I had to say about that situation. And that's all, you know, because I don't have her phone number. I can't call her up and talk to her. So I know that some way, somehow, this video will reach her. And all I want to say is, there's never been no disrespect, baby. I'm not trying to disrespect you. You know, you may not take it as me trying to be helpful, but that's what it is. And it's not just being helpful to you. It's being helpful to any woman that's in that situation. Not just you. You just so happen to be the topic of the conversation. Now, if you, like I said before, that's her story. She telling it. Only she knows her story. And if she feels like what she going through is good for her and right for her and her children, then okay, well, baby, then go through it. I mean, I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying if you choose to, this is what potentially may happen. So try to safeguard your heart as much as possible. Because I'm going to tell you something. That's a painful feeling. To sacrifice your life and your time for somebody and they get out, be it a 1 year or 10 years from now, and they show you how they appreciated you putting your life on hold. That's a hurtful feeling. So that's all I have to say, on that situation. And if like my thing is this, if it don't apply, then it doesn't apply. If it don't apply to you, then it don't apply to you. That's what happens. That's what happens. A lot of people would try to change the narrative of what you're trying to say, and put words in your mouth and twist things around, but I'm here to say that, what I say, I stand by, and I'll repeat it over and over again if I have to, and I wanted her to call in because we could talk, respectfully. We could talk because I'm not going to be disrespectful to her. Now, if she start, unless she becomes disrespectful to me, then yes. But I wouldn't have been disrespectful to her. She could have called in and we could have talked. If she had some issues that she didn't like, points that she didn't like that I was making, we could have talked about it. Could have cleared the air, and went on about our business. And see, a lot of people say this too. You just using her for views. Okay. I'm not using anybody for views. It's just like, I'm CNN, right? And that's what my channel is about. We react to stuff that's going on, right? And we can react and talk about a lot of things. Like the other day when I went live, I was talking about the young lady in Chicago who was brutally murdered, and they cut her child from her womb, her unborn child from her womb. So was I trying to use her for clout? No. I talked about something that that was on my heart. That was on my heart, But people will make their assumptions, and that's fine. You can continue to do that, but I'm gonna stand true in what I have to say. I know what type of person I am, and I know what type of things that I know that what I can say and what I mean when I say things. If you don't. When I do a video, y'all, it is what it is. I don't have a translation button. Like, if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm sorry. I apologize if you don't understand what I say. But I try to talk as clear as I can and try to articulate my conversation as much as I can so everybody can understand it, right? And if you listen to what I say, I'm not trying to dog nobody out, If anything, if I see a man that's taking advantage of a woman, yeah, I'm gonna talk about him. I'm gonna drag him, that man, because you ain't got no business taking advantage of a woman, especially a woman that's the mother of your children. And in my personal opinion of that situation, based off the information she puts on her channel for anyone to see, I feel like that man is taking advantage of her. Now, I could be wrong, but that's the story she telling, right? So I'm going off based off what you say. Okay? So yeah, you guys, I just wanted to come on here and say that and make that really clear. So people can, understand what that was all about. My type of channel, everybody's not going to like because they're going to feel some type of way. And like I said before, you guys, I don't profess to be perfect. I'm not perfect by any means. But I talk about only things that I know about and it's relatable to me. And if I know about it and it's relatable to me, I'm going to talk about it. If I don't know nothing about it and it don't pertain to me, I won't talk about it. Right? Until the next time, y'all. I'll see you in the next video. Y'all be easy. Bye-bye. Hey, y'all. Hey. Thanks for watching, and remember, sub what you love.